Morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you guys all had a great Father's Day weekend. This is your mortgage update for the week of June 16th. Currently in the market, we are starting off pretty flat. The 6% coupon is currently sitting at about 101 plus 7 basis points. The 10-year is looks like it's sitting at about 4.42, and that's plus 1 basis point. With the Dow, that's actually been flat, no real gains, no real losses there. Um, some of the biggest headlines to touch on today are going to be obviously in regards to the Israel and Iran conflict, as well as more of that housing information or misinformation from Redfin, and how some are starting to respond to that. Um, First off, we'll talk about the Israel and Iran conflict. Fortunately, we have seen oil prices sharply lower since they had jumped up to over $77 a barrel. It looks like they're now back down to about $68 a barrel, which is great. That's going to help us out quite a bit. A lot of the reason for this is because Iran came out and they said that they would not be shutting down the Strait of Hormuz, and that is specifically because of the need and demand for China needing oil, um, as well as us as well. The U.S. has also come out and told Israel specifically that they are not allowed, or that they should not attack the Karg Island. Why that's important is because the Karg Island is the biggest port for the exports of oil. So if that were to get attacked and that were to go down, obviously those exports would not be able to happen, which would really drive the price of oil barrels up significantly, which in turn would hurt inflation, not only for the U.S., but worldwide. So that's a really important thing that we'll be watching. We're just hoping that that does not happen. Um, Second is just to go back to all the misinformation by Redfin. Um, that's been a real concern for consumers, realtors. It's been such a concern with everybody within the real estate market that the National Association of Realtors, the NAR, came out and they released all of their data. Specifically because it sounds like over the weekend, the Wall Street Journal actually picked up this and they've decided to do an article on it. But the NAR actually came out and um, had shown that the numbers that were actually that the homes that were available in the market currently in inventory were actually at about 1.45 million versus Redfin's 2 million that they showed in inventory. Now, 1.45 million, 500,000 of those roughly are actually under contract. So you have an actual inventory amount of about 900,000, give or take, versus the 1.5 million that Redfin was reporting on. Now, the reason why that's important is because Redfin has kind of taken that and basically have said to consumers that because of that high inventory, the appreciation on some of those homes that you're buying, you're not going to see any appreciation. And they're also trying to kind of spin it that over the next year, you'll actually lose money on that property if you purchase now. However, that is that's not the case. So make sure you really lean on your real estate professionals. You know, a good mortgage loan officer who knows this, but really lean on your real estate agents and ask them a lot of those questions. Um, National numbers still estimates still show that by the end of 2025 we'll still see appreciation hit right around that 4%, and this is a down market. They've also estimated for 2026 that we'll see that grow even more. So if you're looking to purchase a home, don't be in fear of that. Don't let that stop you. Real estate is always going to appreciate. Even if for some reason we saw a decrease in that value, it's going to jump back up. So um, make sure you get your facts straight. Speak with people who understand and know what the real market situation is, and other than that, some of the more uh, things that will be happening this week is that the Fed will also meet Wednesday. They have their June 18th Fed meeting. We have about a 0% chance of seeing a rate cut. However, it will be real important and real interesting to see what Powell talks about in his press release. Um, the big topics of conversation are going to be in regards to unemployment, also inflation. So we'll watch that closely and let you know more on that as that happens. And other than that, that's it for the day. We'll keep a close eye. It's recommended to continue floating so far for this week. However, watch that closely. Again, we've got a real volatile market happening right now. So, other than that, hope you guys all have a great day, and we'll see you again on the next one.